Welcome to the Loveland Report and Loan Arranger Show, the most listened to real estate and mortgage show in the known universe that we can think of. We've tried.
Right. And
I called a couple people. They said they thought that's what we were.
Yep. Real estate show.
I asked Siri, and that's what she said. So anyway, listings. I've got a couple ones here, Bruce. This is a townhome, and one thing about a townhome, if you buy a townhome, if you can, you want to be in the end unit. You get more windows, you get more light. This one has, I'm counting here, this side picture of this house, about 12 windows on the side of it. It is lakefront in Providence. This is in Davenport. That's a live guard, gated community, golf course community with a clubhouse. This townhouse is 3,000 square feet for $450,000, Bruce. That's $150 a foot. There's not much out there for this price. So these people are moving up north, and this house has been well cared for. This builder did all kinds of, rounded corners and columns, all the best features and tile throughout the house. $450,000 for that one inside Providence. I've got a fixer-upper, slight fixer-upper, needs about $20,000 to be a nice rentable property. $326,000, 1,500 square feet, newer home with 2-car garage, high ceilings, split floor plan, enormous 40-foot porch across the back of it.
Big porch.
And on the water. Little pond behind you, so no neighbors. Got some wildlife out back, some little birds on the pond. You can drop a little cane pole in there if you want. And I don't know what you'll catch, but I'm sure there's something in it. And then in Tuscaloosa, I've got one for $430,000. This house is all renovated. 2 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, 1,500 square feet. And this is in Wedgwood, Tennisville, is inside Tuscaloosa. It's kind of where people go when they're getting up in
lots
age.
Of loans in there.
They
sell in the 90s.
They sell. Yep, that's when it was built. They sell they sell their big home in Tuscaloosa. They move over here so they can still ride their golf cart to the course. And then this one you did a payment on. I just think this is amazing. You talk about, you want good resale value, water. This is a skiable waterfront home, skiable lake in Polk County. This is in Dundee, just south of Haines City.
Nice size lot too.
1,600 square feet on 1.2 acres, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. The best part for me, 4-car garage. 2-car garage on the house, 2-car garage out back. You probably flip that into an in-law suite or an outlaw suite if you want.
Good.
If you want the mother-in-law to stay out back with the chickens. But 1.25 acres for $458,000. You did a payment on that one, Bruce.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's look at the payment. I did an FHA payment, but I did 5% down just so I could accommodate conventional or FHA. This is not a quote. This is an estimate, just so you know that. I ran a PI payment. So you're at $2,659, including taxes and insurance, everything in here, and mortgage insurance, $3,255 on a ski lake on a that's almost $460,000 house on a ski lake on an 1.25 acres or 1.5 acres. That's incredible, with a separate 2-car garage. Listen, anybody listening out there that has their own business, what a place to put maybe your landscaping stuff in there, or plumbing, or whatever.
You drive a big rig, you need a place to park it without the HOA harassing you.
You don't have a lot of that traffic out there. It's beautiful.
Absolutely great location. Beautiful. But the thing is, whatever your real estate plan is, call me. Whether it's this year or next. I talk to a lot of people before they get ready to go, Bruce, 6 months, 1 year out, because they're getting ready to do a massive renovation. I'm like, no, hold on. Save that for the next house. You just need paint and carpet. We just need to fix this or fix that. Let's dress up the yard because it looks like it's a bit overgrown. It's gotten out of hand. I help people with that staging for free.
Of course,
I don't charge for that, Bruce, and I'm not going to rent them overpriced furniture either, just to dress it up. I'm going to give them a plan of what to do, and we're going to talk about their numbers and know their numbers. You'd be amazed, Bruce, when I sit down with some sellers, and I get about 2 or 3 people a month, Bruce. They're listed already, and they call me out of frustration after 60, 90, 120 days going, hey, I need to make a change. And I go over numbers with them on what they're going to sell for and what I think the range is and what they're going to walk away with and what can they buy. And they're like, oh my God, nobody showed me this. And I never knew that my neighbors down the street, I'm listed for $499. I never knew that 5 of my neighbors down the street sold for $480. And I guess I should be priced at $465 or $470 because I need a little bit of work.
You have to know the numbers.
You've got to know the market. And in this market now, we've got growing inventory. So what some people are doing, they see you listed for $499. What do they come on at?
$489.
$495. Yeah. So they cut you off at the knees a little bit. So you got to watch out for that. And then the buyer's going to gravitate towards the best deal. Even if you're listed for $550, but would take $450, you're not going to get offers. If $459 is where you're supposed to be listed at, you've got to watch that. And your realtor's got to know that and guide you with that. And that's what we do at Loveland Properties. So call me at 407-352-8118. We'd be happy to help you with that.
Yeah. Or call the loan arranger, get your loan set up. you're going to get a great mortgage. I'm the largest retail lender in the country, and I'm right here in your backyard. The Loan Arranger CrossCountry Mortgage, 407-250-9144. That's 407-250-9144. Speaking of Polk County, my builder down there, Southern Homes, building homes, average price around $350, new construction, big lots, bigger than your big builder lots, much bigger as a matter of fact. And they'll pay all your closing costs. You got Lakeland, you've got Babson Park, Avon Park, Bartow, all over Bartow, several subdivisions. If you're looking in that area, come see me. Southern Homes builds a beautiful home for a great price, and they'll pay all your closing costs. Then if you're looking up around the Orlando area, around say St. Cloud, Kissimmee, you've got Claremont, Mineola, Leesburg, Groveland, communities all over there. Trinity Family Builders will pay your closing costs. And you can use a Loan Arranger.
And you're getting, with all the buy downs they're doing, you can get people into the 5s on a fixed rate with that.
Absolutely. Yeah, they're paying some hefty closing costs to get your rate down. That's because for sure.
I think we went through this when rates were higher. It was a lot more obvious, Bruce. When we were talking when rates were in the 7s and now we're in the low 6s. It was a lot more obvious that you still needed to buy now, because our inflation, let's say you're going to buy a house for $400,000. That house is going up $15,000 a year.
Right.
Even in the slow market, it's going up $10,000 a year. You're only spending about another $5,000 a year in interest because the rate's not 5% or 4.5%.
That's right.
And so you got to buy now. And then also, I think, tell everybody about the Leapfrog program, because
I'll tell you about Leapfrog program. We can talk about that. But do you know, I ran an analysis that on a $350 loan amount, when rates were 7, and if they drop to 5.5, that saves you $350 a month. $350 a month.
Yep.
Okay. Leapfrog. So a lot of folks out there call Cleve and I because they want to become investors in real estate. Cleve owns several rental properties. I've got a lot of rental properties, residential and commercial. And I'm going to tell you something. We have found that we enjoy helping you become multifamily homeowners. And I don't mean necessarily buying multifamily, but having multiple properties. And we've set it up so that you can have all your properties paid for free and clear through your lifetime. So when you retire, you have generational wealth that'll bring you into retirement. We will set up our next Leapfrog class. We had one last month, very successful. And we will set up another one as well.
Well, we've got some people this year. I'm talking to some people about their next one. It really comes down to the budget. Get a hold of your budget, talk to you, get your application in, pay off the car, get rid of the credit cards. You might be refund, whatever it might be.
Well, it might be, but maybe not. Everybody's different.
Find your budget, find out what it is. And if you own a house and you live in a house that's $400, you're going to rent that. I can tell you what it will rent for. And you know what your mortgage payment is. We know what your cash flow will be if you become a landlord. This is not witchcraft. And then if you want to buy your next house, the neighborhood you and your wife are looking at is $490, and you need 5% down. Well, oh my gosh, what is that?
Yeah,
that is about 25 grand. And so you need to save about $2,000 a month, or until you figure out how much you need to be able to save.
That's exactly how you do it.
It's just math. It's kind of like if you're overweight, count the calories.
Yeah, you have to have discipline. But if you want the finer things in life, particularly when you retire, now the problem is a lot of Americans are for instant gratification. I want the new BMW right now. I want the new Land Rover right now. I feel like I deserve the Land Rover right now. But listen, those things are fun, but they don't get you what you want later in life. Yep. I believed, and I didn't always believe this. I shouldn't say I didn't believe it. I didn't care. I didn't understand it until I realized that if you don't get your assets under control right now, that means no debt. And be in a position to retire debt-free, you're going to be in trouble. And I'm going to tell you, it's horrible for me to have a 65-year-old couple sitting at my desk in front of me, applying for a mortgage. They're surviving barely off Social Security, and they don't qualify for enough to buy a home in today's market. Yep. That's because they didn't prepare themselves early enough. If you are 40 years old and you haven't started your retirement program and you're not getting serious about it, you will wink an eye and you'll be 60 and you're going to be out of luck.
I know. I wish I'd kept my first 3 houses that I had, Bruce.
Well, my biggest mistake was the same thing. Yep. I didn't buy enough and I sold too many.
It's hard to time the market, but just owning them outright. I know 100 people that own multiple properties and are very, very well off, from 10 to hundreds.
Yeah. How many
And
rich renters do you know?
I don't know many rich renters. I also don't know a bunch of rich flippers. I know I know two maybe. And then one of them does the work himself.
Yeah.
So built-in equity there. That's his job. Another one, if he doesn't get the right price, he's really a landlord. He owns 13 homes and he flips about 1 or 2 a year. But if he can't get what he wants, he hangs on for a little bit and he rents them out.
And that might be fine.
And he's also using his own money. He's not over leveraging himself.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what, the more you borrow on those kind of things, the deeper you're going to get into it. So you got to be careful. Flippers, in my opinion, Cleve, if you're not a professional flipper, don't do it.
No.
Or if you want to invest, there are flippers that are good and they'll take your money if you want to invest in them. So there are organizations that you can join and meet people and tag on with other
You're going to get paid 7 or 8% of your money and they're going to loan it out at 12%.
Right. Yep. That's right. Yep. So I'd just as soon not have the headaches and keep my money in the S&P 500 or buy rental properties and keep them. That's the way I got it figured. So, by the way, if you'd like to talk to the loan arranger, you're looking for a purchase or refinance transaction, debt consolidation, reverse mortgage, home equity line of credit, FHA, VA, streamline VA, construction perm, renovation, you name it. I got it. I'm the loan arranger, Bruce Woodburn, right here in your backyard. And you can reach me right now at 407-250-9144. That's 407-250-9144 or webringyouhome.com. You can watch Cleve Loveland and Bruce Woodburn, the Loan Arranger, on our YouTube channel at Bruce Woodburn YouTube or Bruce Woodburn, the Loan Arranger, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Where else can they listen to us? They can watch our on the Twitter. Can they do it on the Twitter?
I have no idea. You need to ask your marketing
person.
I think they can do it there. Main thing is just to call me at 407-352-8118. We can talk about your personal real estate plan. Go to cleveloveland.com, or I'm also posting my real estate tips at Loveland Cleve on Instagram. So how much time we got?
Well, we got about 2 more minutes.
Okay. Holiday sales, Bruce. I get this question constantly.
So we're in October.
The emails start October 1. They start.
As soon as October hits,
as soon as they see the Christmas trees at Costco September 1, people start calling me, go, oh my God, is this a bad time of year to sell? The way the interest rates have rolled lower this year, we're 1.5 below where we were in January. We're going to see more sales. I think
you're right.
This winter, fall, winter, than we did beginning of the year, winter, spring. And so, and plus hopefully a good election, cross your fingers and toes on that. Looks good. So hopefully that's going to happen. Having a businessman back in charge and a government that knows what they're doing. It's not worried about spending money on everything they can besides, just creating jobs. Let capitalism create jobs. The government needs to stay out of it. 407-352-8118. I will help you. Holiday sales. It's a great time to sell. January, there's usually a big uptick in volume and inventory.
Well, I'll tell you this, you're mentioning holiday sales, and should you list a home or buy a home during the holidays? Here's why I think you should. First of all, I guarantee you that most people won't list their home during the holidays because they don't want people coming through when they got company in the house. They got the Christmas tree up. Maybe there's gifts under the tree. So they don't want people tromping through the house, right?
Yep.
Now, do you think your house is safe when somebody's coming through it with a real estate agent? I mean,
I knock on wood, I've never had a security issue.
Never had a
theft,
issue.
never had anything like that.
But here's the thing. If more people won't put their house on the market,
that
means that there's less competition for you if you are the ones that do put it on the market. So I think you're at an advantage putting your home on the market during the holiday season. If you'd like to get your loan started, start right now at webringyouhome.com. We will only pull your credit on a soft credit pull, and we will answer all your questions, structure your loan just the way you want it. Webringyouhome.com for the loan arranger, or call 407-250-9144. For Cleve Loveland, he can be reached right now, and he's got people on the ground ready to help you. 407-352-8118 or cleveloveland.com or hashtag Cleve Loveland. Is that what it was?
At Loveland Cleve.
At Loveland Cleve. I got to get that one. Do you have a hashtag?
Nope.
No hashtags?
Nope.
Okay. I don't even know how to use hash. Was
Next
something we
segment
ate
coming
for
up.
breakfast or we smoked out of a pipe. I'm not sure. I'll be back in 5 minutes with